Okay, I see. I had to go delete some videos. I don't know why I even keep them on my. I keep them once I put them up on YouTube. I don't need to have them anymore. But seems what I had. What happened there is it quit. So I don't. I think this is going to go on to part 2 now, because it just plumb quit because I my space was filled up. So I had to go and. So now I can continue. My space was filled up that I couldn't finish the video. So that's why that one ended. So this will be number part 2. Number part 2? Whatever. So I've been knowing that I have to, delete some of that junk, but I just didn't have it deleted because I didn't get around to it. Some of them things you just put off and put off and put off, and then after a while, then you can't put it off no more. Okay, so I'm getting this here stitched on. I'm sure you can't see what I'm doing, but hopefully you just kind of know. And it's sewing slow because I'm using this fancy stitch that takes a lot of thread. But I want the fancy stitch so that it will hold up good. And then also because it's fancy. I like fancy. I should be using my stick instead of my finger here to make sure my things is going in the wrong direction. I mean right direction. Wrong direction. I am a goofball. Oh, I only have about 8 inches left. What do I got under my scissors? Okay. Those are my pretty scissors I got from my friend Ray. She sent me some fancy oops, I better move that pin. I don't want to sew that pin. She sent me fancy smancy purple handled scissors, which is amazing. My new granddaughter's middle name is going to be Ray. Kaya Ray. Kaya Ray. K-A-I-Y-A. Kaya Ray. That's so pretty. And my other my great granddaughter's name is going to be Tolly something. But they haven't come up with a middle name for Tolly yet. And that's pretty too. Tolly means the lamb in Hebrew, which is awesome. Okay, now I've got that stitched all the way around, and so let me snip them threads. I got just a pair of thread snippers in there, but I got them in my swing box. Okay, so now what I have so far is this. It's the bag. And as you can see, my top here is kind of gathered up because my top just, my inside, my lining is a little bit bigger than the outside. So as I put it on there, all I did was gathered it up. And because it's gathered up, it really kind of matches the whole theme of it. This side isn't quite as gathered up, but it doesn't matter on the inside if it's gathered up some. See, you still have plenty of room on the inside, and there's a pocket there and a pocket here to put your phone and your keys. And so then, I mean, this is going to look handmade. Now, what I did with these is I took these boho straws that Tracy made, and I put them each on. There's 2 that she made, and I put them on skewers, and then I glued these beads to the ends. This piece, I'm going to cut that little piece of wood off. I got to get some nippers and cut that off. But I have 2 tried to make them about the same size. And they're going to stitch to these edges. And I'm going to hand stitch those to these edges. Now, will I put my handle on first and this over? Let's see, now get them right in the center, as close as I can to the center. Now, let me see, did I have a piece of thread already? I had my thread out that I was going to use. And then I cleaned my... Why do I clean? Why do I clear things off? I can't find a flippin' thing when I clear things off. Oh, there's my thread that I had started here. Okay. But what I'm going to do here now is, since, okay, let me move this out of the way, and so I can get my beads. Okay, here's my beads. Now I have some beads here. In this box, I have, see, I think I'm going to use, okay, I got these. These here are so pretty. These were sent to me by Kathy, and I love them. They're so pretty. And oh, then I have, let me just put these ones over here, and I can put some of these. Because, let me see, I don't know how many of these I'm going to need, but these are all double beads. And I am going to take those, I'm going to put, I probably won't use all of these, but I'm going to put those in there. And then I have these wooden beads. Okay, so there we go. That should be enough of those. And then here, these ones Kathy sent to me, and Kathy Volante, and these are pretty. I'm just going to dump those in there because these now are like each one of them is like a little chain of beads, and each one, they're so pretty like this, and so I want to use that too. But so what I think I'm going to do though is I'm going to take the handles, like I showed you the handles the other day, and I started the braid here and ended the braid here, but I left the fabrics, the extra fabric. So I'm going to put on one side the one handle, and on the other side the other handle. So this side, this, I'm leaving this, and then I think I might be adding beads onto that. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, now I want to try to make sure I have those handles like equally away from the edge, and then as wide as this little stick, as wide as the stick here, the handles equal from the edge, and then the stick is going to go here. So no, I've never made one of these before, and so I don't have any directions. I only have the inspiration from Carmen, and so I'm going to now, just using this thread, I'm going to stitch that handle on. And since this is a boho bag, it's not Gucci, it's not any of those fancy ones, not a Coach, and so we do not have to be so concerned about if it's perfectly measured and perfectly stitched. So I think I'm going to try and do one side here. Okay, Elizabeth, we don't need a knot there. Let's not have a knot. There we go. And I'm sewing it with, I'm using, what I have here is friendship floss, which is a nice weight, and that should hold it just fine. It should hold it just fine. There we go. Now where in the world? Okay, well, it's in there somewhere. Okay. It's okay if I sew it with double, it just makes it that much. Wait a minute, here's my, oh, there we go. Now I got it. Okay. See, then, and then when you go in here, I got to find threads. I can pull them threads off or leave them. And so, here we're going to have, the handle is very well connected to the pocketbook now, because we got plenty of stitches on there, and so that's going to hold well. It's not going to break, no matter how many gold bullion cubes she puts in here. It's not going to break. Oh, wait a minute, I have something. Just a minute, I have to show something. Okay, so this is going to make this video a little bit longer, but I got to show you some. Okay, I'm going to take a little break here from stitching. Okay, and I'm going to show you some Happy Mail. Okay, there's my thread. See how quickly I get everything just thrown around? Where'd my purple handled scissors go? Oh, there they are. Here they are. Okay, now let me just put this over here out of the way. There, I have one side stitched. Now I'll sew this stitch in just a minute, but we gotta have a commercial. I got this in the mail yesterday. It comes from North Carolina, but I don't see a name anywhere in it except that it comes from North Carolina. And it says here, bless your home, but there's nowhere on there. So, but I opened it up and I looked through, and let me show you what's in here. Let me show you what's in here. Maybe there's something in this paper. No. Okay. Now, I might find it. I still might find a name. But here, look at this. This is a tag. It says 5/21/2021, Lizzie. Just a little box to make you smile. And look how pretty. This is a very vintage piece of fabric. It's got a grommet in here. It had a little hole in there, so she patched it. And then look at the little birds. This is just adorable. It's going in my sewing journal. And then we have a piece of fabric. Is that pretty? Yes. And then another piece of fabric. And that is beautiful. And oh my gosh, look at this one. This, I have got such a collection now that's going to go in my farm journal, a fabric farm pillow journal, and I am loving these fabrics that I'm getting. This is beautiful. And the cover, I showed you the cover the other day. Let me show you again in case you missed it. This here is a placemat that was sent to me by Tracy, and look at this, is going to be the cover of my pillow journal. And look at how this piece then from someone else, that's going to be in there as part of the pages. That is going to be so beautiful. Now, and then also, here is a piece of fabric. This is a heavier, like a duck cloth or something. And I love this. This is really, really pretty. I love the texture of this fabric. It's perfect. And so that is wonderful. And so that will definitely be used. And then she sent this. This is a little bag of beads, different sized beads. And these are such pretty, mostly pastel colors. And those are so pretty. And then these kind of beads. And which these are just, and these are tiny. And these are beautiful. These kind of beads, to use them on slow stitching projects is amazing. And that's what I love them for. And look at all of these colors. They're just so pretty. And most of them very earthy colors. So, like, when I start slow stitching on some of my farming things, and like if I do a little row of stitching that separates maybe the ground from the road or something like that, then I like to use these kind of beads in there. So those are going to be amazing. And then here is a washi tape, and look how pretty this washi tape looks like mixed media. It is so pretty with all the different colors and the flowers and the silver. It is so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna love that right there. But look at this. Here is a journal, and it says "Just Breathe" on the front. I hope you can see this now. And here it's tied together with this muslin, and the muslin pieces are tied together, which makes it that such a primitive, rustic look. And it looks like she's got it tea dyed. That's beautiful. I'll say she. I'm assuming it's a she. And I might find a name in here, but I'm not sure. But the journal is, the cover of the journal is all fabric and stitching and beautiful things on the stitching. Here she's got a bulb pin with handmade with love, little heart. So pretty. All this slow stitching on here. And then inside here is a pocket, a fabric pocket on the inside of the front cover. And then here's a card that can be journaled on. And I think what she did was stamped and then watercolored. That's what I'm thinking. And then here is pull this paper clip. Oh, look at this. It's oh, the paper clip and the little words. "You are strong," and "look up." And then there's the little paper clip with a little piece of vintage ribbon on it. And "You are a mountain mover." Oh, that's good. I have not heard that little quote before. And here is a piece from some mixed media. That is pretty. A guest check. And a little bag. A cute little bag. Probably very vintage. And let me put, these are nice. This is just as amazing. Perfect. Beautiful things. Let me put these in this pocket again. And then put these together with the paper clip. These are amazing. I love them. This is a lot of work, even just in page 1. Oh, and then there's a tag with some seam binding. I might find a name in here. Here's a fabric page with a little lace sewn on for a tab. This is fabric, and look at how that is how it's dyed. It almost looks like it's an eco dyeing. That is so pretty. So that, because this almost looks like a rust. And so I'm wondering if that's a rust or if it's maybe some sort of coffee dyeing that I don't know about. And then here she put a page, there's a page, and she stitched, that's what I call my chicken scratch and stitch. I love it. And she just stitched another piece of paper to the edge, left the threads, which is so neat. A little piece of washi tape here on this paper, which looks tea dyed. And there's beautiful birds. And the way she has this page stitched to this page is with a piece of muslin right here, and stitched it with a sewing machine, and then stitched it on this page. This page almost looks like it might be paper from a brown paper bag. But then she has papers glued to, they're affixed to the other side, which it looks like she's got some, like a book page that has been gessoed over, and then another page on top of that for journaling. And then in here, let's see, this is a pocket, and here is love is the greatest thing in the world, and that's a postcard from long ago. And okay, and so that's on the inside of, and see, she's got just a clear piece of acetate here, and then you can see the page in there, the book page, and then the postcard slips right inside there. That's very, very pretty. Okay, and then we flip. There's, is that open right there, or is that, nope, that's closed up. There's, oh, and there's just a little tuck spot. And in here, look how the page is torn. And that gives it such a beautiful aged look. And look at the tab is a piece of torn fabric. And see how she left the threads just on there? And here she, on this edge, she's got a piece of lace. And it's just ragged. It's just beautiful. It is just beautiful. More tea-dyed pages, so there's plenty of room to journal on here. And then in here, this is a, oh, that's a piece of that fabric, that other piece that's in there. This fabric is designed to have distress. And see, it's even got the salvage edge. And then on here, she sewed a tab on there, and has a little bulb pin with some beads. Oh, those same beads that she sent. And inside here is, we have 2 library cards from the card catalog. Poland. Oh, Library of Congress. Look at that. And look at the fabrics that are sewn to this, and they're hand stitched. Everything is slow stitched, these fabrics to the fabric to make that pocket. And look at there, 2 skeins of embroidery floss. Very pretty. And then here on this page, again, a little tuck spot pocket. And look at these. Well, there's a heart. And these are just pieces of paper that have got sewing machine stitches on. Different stitches from the sewing machine. Won't these be fun to use on pages? I love them. They're fun to use on pages, but they are, even if you never used them and just kept them in this little pocket, how cute, how beautiful that looks. It's just beautiful, just like that. And then here, oh my gosh, trying to figure out everything is, now here she's got a piece of paper, she's got a lot of things glued onto this paper. This is really a lot of mixed media here because it's a page, but there's so many pieces glued on here. And this here piece, it's like a piece of cheesecloth maybe, and then it's put on with maybe paint. It's beautiful. And then here is a piece out of a ledger. Oh yeah, and even some Harold Bennett. Is there a date in here? When paid? Oh, 67, 65, 67, 69. So this come from like 69. Oh, this is fun. Oh, here it's, okay, degrees, November 15th, 1965. So this is actual used ledger paper. There's a pink page. There's another page, and this looks like a tea dye. And then here, okay, this might be a coffee filter. I don't know. And then, but there's the coffee filter is lightweight, but then she put paper on each side and affixed it to there, so there you can have writing space. And there's a little tab of paper and fabric. And there's another writing page. And how these pages are not all the same size. They are, you know, just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then look at this paper. And then here, oh, and then here's like a pad of paper that is all torn. The pages are torn and then put in here with a staple. And is this a pocket maybe? Or maybe she just has that on there. Yeah, that's just a page for writing. Here's music staff paper. And that, oh, so there's a lot of journaling spot in there. Journaling. You know what I was just telling my daughter when she was giving me dates and things? I was telling her how I want to make a journal that is just with the pictures that I have of my grandparents, my great-grandparents, and some things that I want to save all in one journal. And I'm looking at this now, thinking that this might be exactly perfect to put those things in. And so I think this might be what I will use. This is a fabric page, fabric and lace. But see, a picture could go right here. Journaling or another picture. But what I can do is if I put a photograph on the pages, I can, like she used a little tiny staple there, I can always put something on a piece of paper here and just staple it. So the journaling about the picture. This is all mixed media painting she did. And look at that. See, there's some more of that fabric that just looks vintage. Just the way, what did it say on that one piece of, oh, well, it's in here somewhere. It said, oh, here it said, this fabric is designed to have distress. And I think this one too, designed to have distress. I love that, because it really does look distressed. And here is a piece of like heavy cardstock for a page. Another piece of cardstock. And some more of the music note staff that perfect for journaling. I think this here book is going to be perfect for my ancestry. That's all going to be things to do with my my family, everything that I can remember, because I gotta write down everything I remember, because then when, you know, my children won't know anything. They'll look through my box of pictures and said, who's this old woman, you know? And so this is going to be perfect. And so I thank you forever, whoever, maybe you intentionally wanted it to be anonymous, or maybe you just forgot to put your name in there. If you just forgot to put your name, well then let me know. Now look at this here. provisions, it says on it. I love using this fabric with the salvage edges. And look here, there is a hole in this fabric right here. And look at over here. She patched it. She patched it. And then here, another good page for journaling. This is going to be perfect. This is going to be absolutely perfect. I almost thought I had a journal I've seen on a Stacy's auction the other night. She had two older journals that really looked aged. But they weren't handmade. They were store-bought from many years ago. And I bid on them, but I wasn't able to get them. And I thought that would be perfect. But I'm glad I didn't get them now, because this is going to be better. And look at this one. This is a piece of vintage fabric, and then the slow stitching up here. And that is pretty. That is really pretty. Now, and this, look. Isn't she beautiful? And then here, this is all stapled together, so I would say this might be a bookmark. Here is some muslin that is stamped. Look how fun this is. It's just a tea bag, muslin, little pieces, and they're just all stapled together. And this is beautiful. And no name. So if you meant for this to be anonymous, you know, that's fine. It's fine. And I thank you so much. This is beautiful. But if you just forgot to write your name, well, then let me know who you are. And I would like to know who actually made it. But then I respect some people. I have gotten anonymous Happy Mail before, and I respect that. I respect some people just do not want their names mentioned, and I respect that. And for certain reasons, for reasons they don't. And so for good reasons, some people just do not want their names mentioned, and that might be in this case. But and I respect that. Look at this, how pretty that looks when that's tied up in a bow. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. That is gorgeous. I'm telling you, there is no other word. This is so pretty. And this is going to be my family memories that can pass down. Oh, it's so pretty. And I thank you so much. And then Arlene sent this. Now let me check. I don't know if this is... Let me check and see what's in this. For one thing, it's a beautiful envelope to be used in a beautiful page in a journal. Aww, look what she did. Okay, come on out of there. How can I get that out of there without wrecking my envelope? I don't want to wreck the envelope. Oh, yeah, I can snip right along this edge, too. Let me see. Arlene, you are so sweet. There we go. Now, let's see. It says, worry is a responsibility God hasn't given me. That's good. That is real good. And then look at this. Look at this. She found a page out of a catalog. And look at here. It's got shimmer. That's a unicorn. Sparkle is a unicorn. And it's got some little fairies, gnomes, all the beautiful fantasy things. I just love fantasy, that we don't have to oh, and then here's spiritual over here on this side. Spiritual retreat, the Sacred Heart of Jesus garden statue. And so and you know, we have to know the difference between reality and fantasy. And but we have to have fantasy in our life because sometimes the reality just is too much, just too much. And so by having a bit of fantasy in our life, it just kind of is there to make us smile. And this here is this. I'm going to post that right up here on my shelf. Worry is a responsibility God hasn't given me. And this is one thing I have to learn too, that I don't have to worry. I do not have to worry. I'm going to take a piece of this here, washi tape that I got from my anonymous friend. My anonymous friend. Oh, this is the kind that has got the backing on it. So I'm going to take that off of there. See, I take too much of your time, I know, but hey, what the heck. You can fast forward now. I'll just pause it and go take a walk around the yard. Oh, this is pretty. It's almost like it's a vellum. So I'm going to put that tape on there like this, and I'm going to put it up there on my shelf. So I will know worry is a responsibility God hasn't given me. That is perfect. Okay, this here, I think what I'm going to do, you know what I'll do with this? I will cut this envelope like this. See there, now how it opens like this? Then that will go inside of a page. That will go inside of a page of my journal that I'm working on now. I'll put it right up here so I not lose it. But thank you, whoever sent me this package. This is beautiful. Thank you, Arlene. I needed that little. I need that little quote there just to have in front of me all the time. Okay, now let's see if I can get back to what I was doing. What was I doing? Oh, here. My box over here. Now, here. And put this handle. I'll finish putting this handle. Oh, here. So now I'm going to stitch the rest of this handle on here. And we're going to put one of the, I won't keep you through both of the sticks. I'll only keep you through one. Okay, so see, I've got that far from that edge. So we're going to go that far from this edge. This far, this far, this far. Perfect, exactly. Exactly perfect. Okay, so now, so then here we go. We're going to stitch this piece on. Let's see. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do with this tassel yet, but there's going to be things added to the tassel as well. And so I hope this lets you all know that y'all can make something without a pattern, without even, and it doesn't have to be perfect because my lining doesn't match up with the innards, or with the outards, whatever. They don't have to match up. It doesn't have to. And if you want them to match up, go ahead and measure, you know. But I didn't measure, I just looked. And just like in that journal we just went through, nothing is measured to make sure all the pages are the same or anything. No, it's not. It's just everything is put together in such a beautiful way. Does not have to be measured. Okay, now I have that handle there. Okay, so the handle is hooked. That's on there. Let me move these noisy scissors. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take one of my sticks. Now these flowers that Tracy sent me are going to go on here too, but I think, I'm not sure exactly where because I don't have a plan. But what I'm going to do now is, okay, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to just kind of whip stitch a couple stitches around the stick. And I'm using this this floss that is multicolored, so everything is multicolored on here. There's no boredom on this thing. We don't want boredom, okay? So now I think I'm going to take one of these, and it's got a little eye. That's not going to work. Let's try this side. Let's put this here. Now see, that'll hang right there. And then I'm going to go around. Now here I want to put a bead, a wooden bead. These are just wooden beads, and that bead will show up on the stick, or whatever you want to call that thing right there. I'm calling it a stick. And then I think I want to put another bead. Let's put a black one up there. If my needle goes, oh, my needle might not go through that one. No, I can't even see. Okay, oh, look at this one. See, that is pretty. Let's just put that through there. And so there's another little wooden bead right there. And then I want to take one of these here little pieces, and I'm going to, I don't want to just put that through one of the chains. I want to go through a couple of them just to make sure that it holds. No, I didn't go through that. To make sure it just doesn't come loose while you're shopping through them fancy stores. Oh, that one come off of there. Move that. Okay. I'm going to get a couple stitches through those chain loops. Not just one, because I'm afraid it'll come loose, and I don't want it to come loose. But I want it still dangle. See? I want it to still dangle. Dangle, dangle, dingle, dangle. Okay, now. So pretty. And then we'll get another wood. Something wooden. Let's put this one. And boy, it would be so nice to have somebody sitting right here with me. Right here with me. And we could be stitching together. But you're with me, I know you are. Okay, now I want to get another one of these fancy ones. It's got some purple in it. go through twice through that loop on the bead.
I'm going to walk out and see if the mailman's running.
Okay, sweetie. And then we're going to go back up here, farther up the stick, and I'm going to put another bead. I want to keep trying to find different ones. We don't want to get bored. And so we're going to have different beads and different things. Maybe I'll put 2 beads right there because that one wants to go around. There we go. Yeah. That's better. There. And now we're going to go with another one of these. They're like an amber color or topaz color. They're so pretty. And so I'll get through that. Wait a minute here. Oh, you know what? Kind of, see, they're like a jump ring. So I want to be careful as not to only have my thread through the jump ring because that might come loose. So I'm going to go around and go around the actual chain and have that tight. I'll go around like 3 times just to hold it on nice and tight. Jennifer, if they come off, I'll sew them back on. Okay, and then here we go again. See, now that band is like not all straight and perfect, it doesn't even show anymore because once I get this stick across there, it doesn't even have to. Oh, I wonder if that'll fit on there. That's pretty. Oh yeah, it will. See, sometimes the beads, the little hole in the middle, are too small to go with the needle that I'm using. But see, that was perfect. So we'll go through another little stitch there. And then I want to go another one of these little colorful ones. Yeah. Okay, and then back, so do some more beads. Let's see. Ooh, I wonder if these green ones, that's pretty. It's like quite a small hole though. Yep, that's a very small hole. I wonder if this one is also very small. Probably. Yeah, too small. Okay, so we'll stick with the wooden beads, and we'll put 2 different ones on there. The more different things, the more I like it because it the more different beads, the more I like it because it just gives it that much more interest, and I like interest. Okay, so now I'm starting to run out of thread right here, so I'm going to get another one of these. So then we'll have 1, 2, 3 of these beauties. They're so pretty. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's going to work good. That is going to be beautiful. Okay, now I'm running out of thread, so I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to tie this. Here's a thread here from somewhere. And we'll just tie that on there. There. Now, I'm going to just leave that. So if you can see that across the top now, it kind of blends into all the colors, but we have beads, we have beads of all kinds all the way across, and I think it's pretty, and it's on both ends. Now this here is going to go right here, so I need to get where did I ever put the rest of that thing, that bit of floss? Did I put it somewhere easy to find, or did I put it away where I can't find a flipping thing? I think it's in the flipping place where I can't find a flipping thing. And alright, just a minute. Let me look. I'm looking. Why in the world? Okay, I'm gonna go up here. Excuse my boarding house reach. Oh. Okay. Okay, now, so that is going to go right here. I need some more thread on my needle.
No mail yet.
Okay, sweetie. Okay, then I'm going to just go with my thread here, and what I want to do here, you know what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to first put that thread through there, then the knot is hidden, and then I'm going to I'll put a bead there, right in the center. I mean, it's beautiful as it was, but as it came to me, Tracy did a beautiful job, and make sure that's sewn on there nice and tight so it doesn't fall off. Okay, and then I'm going to put it right here into this part of the bag. Oops. See that? Now that'll pull that right through. Yeah, I know you can't see what I'm doing for my hands being in the way, and then also so many colors. There. Now I'm going to just take that like that, and then I'm going to tie that inside here. And then I'm going to tie that off. Okay, and I won't bore you with the other side, because the other handle is going to be done the same way. Oh, I do want to bore you with this though. Now, what I want to do here is, do I have my stick here? What I think I want to do here is I want to find, maybe I'll find a couple of, look at this big bead. I wonder if I can get this fabric. Maybe this one's not, maybe that one's not quite as white. I wonder if I can get that through this bead. Yes, I can. See, this is, I don't know what you call it, but it's one of those things that you can pull like elastic through a, or turn a, you know, like like if you have a, like a round, you're making, I don't know what it's for, forget it. But it's to pull something right side up. Now I'm going to, like if you were to put this whole thing through a shoelace and you want to pull elastic through the shoelace, you can hook this, get all the way through the shoelace, get this through the elastic and pull it through. Yeah. I don't know how come I don't know how to describe that. That's why I'm not a teacher. I don't know how to describe stuff. Okay, so now, what if I take this bead? Ooh, that one's got a chain on it. What if I take this white bead? That won't fit in it. What if I take this wooden bead? That fits in there. And then I go here, put this piece of fabric, pull that through that bead, and then tie a knot at the end of that string, piece of fabric. And you could just make a whole tassel doing this way too. Just make a whole tassel. Okay, that knot now will keep that bead from falling off. So there I have two beads. Should I put a bead on every one of these? I don't know. And of course we want all kind of colors. And here's a green one. And we can just pull that fabric through that hole. These wooden beads usually have big holes in them so you can get fabric through them. Now some beads will not have them big holes. If you are lucky enough to have one of them old car seats, which a lot of these beads came from one of them old car seats that people like truck drivers use them, you know, and they're just like a beaded car seat. They even got a jillion beads on them, and those are amazing to get, to have a collection of wooden beads. Then you can paint them if you want to, or not. You can do whatever you want with them, but you can paint them, nail polish them, whatever, and you can make some awfully nice beads. I don't know if this one's going to come through. Let me see. This hole might be just not quite big enough to pull this fabric through. Wait a minute. No, it's not going to work. Okay. You know what I do have in here? Look at this. I have one of these that I made with the pen. Ooh. Who would have ever thunk it? I am going to see if I can just pull that through there. I have made some of these like boho beads using the empty, you know, when you have an ink pen and it runs out of ink, and then you save the pen, just pull all the guts out of it and save the pen. Yeah. Ah, look at that. That is cool. Just so happen to have that in there. And then this, look at this. It's just a something. It's just a something. I'm going to just take that and I'm going to just tie it on there. Just tie it on there. No plan of action. You just do it. Just do it. Nike knows it. Just do it. Okay, now let's see. I still have a couple of, let's see, that's a small hole. Look at that fancy bead. That's pretty, but it's got a little small hole. And then, oh, here's a square round bead. And put that on there. On this one. So each one's only getting one bead. Each tassel, each string in the tassel. And let's see. I only have one more. Only that's all I have, one more. Okay. Well, let's find a bead for that one. Let's find a bead. Ooh, I wonder if this one will fit. No. Wonder if this one will fit. No. I wonder if this will fit. And no. And this one? Not having any luck here. Nope, I have to get one of the wooden ones, it looks like. I got some short. Oh, I got the ones that Cordula sent me. Right here. Oh, get out of town. Which are some shorter ones. Let me see. Oh, here's a colorful one right here. She made some short. Oh, wait a minute. This is the rolled up paper. I wonder if I can get. Let's see. That'll go through there. Let me see if I can get it back through with the fabric. No, that won't come through. Ah, Cordula, come on. I need a bigger hole. Okay. Now I can't get back out. Oh, how come? Put that back up there. Put you back up there. Put this back up here and pull it. There we go. Got it out. Okay. So I'm going. Ooh, that's got a big hole. No, it doesn't. Okay, we're going with a wooden one. Okay. Okay, now. Okay. Then we'll just tie a knot on this. And then that'll hold that. Now I have all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so now they all have strings hanging. So that's as far as I'm going to go with this one. This video, I could go further, but I'm going to do the back. I still need to put the back, and I'm still not sure about the edge down here. I may not put any more on there. I don't know, unless I stitch beads all the way around. Whip stitch it and put beads. I might do that. Okay, but that's as far as I'm going to go with this one. So we got the lining. Oh, good grief. I stitched that right to the back. Okay, so we got the lining in. We have 2 pockets inside. The lining's in there. And we got one of the handles on. We got some beads on. You got this beautiful flower here. You've got a little tassel here. And it is really coming along. And I love this. I think this pocketbook is going to get more than one look. You walking through Macy's with this, they'll say, "Oh, what aisle did you find that on?" That's what they'll say. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna go with Louise Hay again today. Let's see what she has to say. Inner child. This one says inner child. I always like to look up here, see what the subject is. This one's about your inner child. Each one of us is always working with the 3-year-old child within us. Most of us, unfortunately, spend our time yelling at that child and then wondering why our lives don't work. I embrace my inner child with love. Take care of your inner child. It is the child who is frightened. It is the child who is hurting. It is the child who does not know what to do. Be there for your child. Embrace it and love it. And do whatever you can to take care of its needs. Be sure to let your child know that no matter what happens, you will always be there for it. You will never turn away or desert it. You will always love this child. I think a lot about my inner child or my inner children. I have broken mine into decades. So my inner child, my youngest inner child, is between birth and 10 years old. My next inner child is between 10 and 20. That's the one that is most confused. And then between 20 and 30 and on. And I think about my inner child. And once you finish with that first decade, you don't throw that child away and then start working on your second inner child. Your inner child is always in there. Always in there. So you take care of that inner child. Take care of that inner child. Love that inner child. And always know that that inner child is there. And most importantly, let that inner child out to play. Okay. God bless you all. May He watch over every step you take, every move you make. And I will see you on the next video. God bless. God bless.